I know you've probably answered many questions about the current situation within the dressing room. Have you spoken to Mo Salah at all since what happened at the weekend?
Yeah, of course I have. He was obviously in yesterday. He was in training. Obviously the decision was made for him not to travel. But yeah, look, a lot's been said about it. Externally, obviously internally, of course it has.
Yes.
But yeah, look, it's a situation that now needs to be resolved between Mo and the club. And I think you've seen how together the changing room is tonight in terms of the result we had. And Mo's a fantastic player. He signed the same window as me. I've played with him for 8.5 years. I consider him as pretty much my family. I've spent probably more time with him than I have with my family over the last 8.5 years. And obviously I've played with him for so long, and I'd like to continue playing with him. That's what I want from it. But obviously we'll see what happens over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, of course. Can you tell us at all how he's doing with all of this?
Yeah, look, I think obviously, firstly he would probably want the season to have went better for the club and for him. He puts huge amount of pressure on himself to perform all the time, and last season he took it to a whole new level in terms of at times he carried this whole team forward to go and achieve amazing things. And look, I think we've all been below the standards of last season, Mo included, and he'll be first to admit that. So. And then obviously he finds himself out of the team, which is probably a bit of a unique situation for him. So look, it's obviously something that he's not used to experiencing, he was positive yesterday in terms of wishing us all well, sending us on our way, and I'm sure he would have liked to have been involved, but the support for the lads was still there, and as a teammate, that's all you can ask.
You're part of that core leadership within the dressing room. Just how difficult has it been to keep out the noise with the challenges you've faced, both going into this season and then the results not coming as you'd like, being the defending Premier League champions?
Yeah, look, it's obviously been a difficult season for a variety of reasons. Obviously, the start of the season couldn't have got off to a tougher start in terms of emotionally and everything like that. And then, obviously the results were good at the start, but the performances weren't quite there. And then, obviously probably the results started reflecting probably evenly on us, in terms of the performances we were putting in, and far too many defeats, far too many drop points, and that's why we're in the position that we're in. But the people that have been here for so long know that there's always outside noise around Liverpool. It's one of the biggest clubs in the world. Even when you're winning games and you go and get beat one, all of a sudden, you're not a good team anymore, and that's what social media and everything does. So I think in terms of the leadership group, we've helped the kind of new lads, the younger lads, to not read too much, not look at too much, not read interviews and things like that. And it's just about blocking it out, because in the changing room we're a really positive group. We try and stay as positive as we can, and we're also a determined group. And it's important, as long as we stay in our bubble and we stay together, that, like I think you've seen tonight, then we believe that we'll turn the bad performances into better ones.
Just a word on your manager. He's also in a unique situation with all of this, a lot of pressure on his shoulders going into today. How do you feel he's handled it all?
Yeah, look, I think it's a unique situation for all of us, and I think the manager from the start is always just focused on football. He's focused on the game ahead, and we had a massive game tonight, and I think him and his staff were that focused on that to try and set us up and try and get us a result, because we know how important that is. So I think he set us up well tonight. I thought we looked good on the counter attack. I thought we obviously kept a clean sheet, which was hugely positive. I don't think they had too many chances. I think Ali made one really good save in the first half. And we had a few chances as well. So we were all focused on the result. I think the outside noise is obviously always a lot louder and things like that. But when there's so many games coming up, we can't think about anything else. We're footballers at the end of the day, and whatever else happens, we'll get sorted off the pitch.
Cristian, thank you for coming to talk to us. We heard from Manuel earlier. He thought that the penalty that Liverpool was awarded was extremely soft. What were your thoughts on it?
We're always talking about education. We're always talking about whatever we try to teach people watching this competition, kids watching and trying to become a football player. But episodes like that, I think during a game is like 20, to every corner kick, to every free kick. I think it's easy, and I think the VAR system should be more careful when it's calling something like that.
So you're not in agreement with the decision then?
I think it's easy. If you watch the dynamic, without making a stock picture, I think it's too easy.
In terms of your side's performance, what positives can you take? Obviously not the result, and you would have liked to have turned things around given the result against Atletico Madrid last time out.
So this game was conditioned a bit by the two changes that we have to do in the first minutes, because that kind of substitution, it takes away a lot of chances that we have on second half when we lacked energy, and we couldn't do any sub at that moment because it was a long time until the end of the game, so we had to wait. We lacked energy. We were going to defend a bit too low. We had no energy left to keep the ball more in front, to try to keep the ball a bit better. And it was conditioned by that as well. We could have done better. We could have been paid more attention, because this is the second game that we lose in the last minute of this competition.
Just looking ahead, what do you feel then needs to change? You've just touched on the fact that it's the second game in the competition where you're losing in those diamonds.
I think we have 2 more games to play. We have 12 points. It's not enough in order for us to qualify directly in the first 8. So 2 more games to play in January. And we're going to do our best, as always, to try to win games.
Ryan, congratulations on the win. Player of the match as well. You took a while to come out to talk to us. So tell me, what's the mood in the dressing room like?
Very good mood. Obviously, we won and we have the 3 points, so I think everyone is happy.
Could you maybe give us a bit of insight into what these last few days have been like? I know you're getting so many questions about it, but it's such a unique situation concerning a player who has been a part of Liverpool for so long. So how have the players been reacting to it?
I think everyone's dealing in their own way. I think everyone has an opinion about it. I have my own opinion, but I rather keep it for myself. I respect Liverpool, so it's all about the match today, and we are happy with the 3 points, and that's all about.
There were a couple of key decisions that really marked this match. Your goal in the first half being ruled out, and then of course being awarded the penalty, which obviously Inter aren't happy with. What were your thoughts on that first goal being ruled out for handball?
I haven't seen it, so I spoke to Hugo. He said he didn't really touch it.
Yeah.
But at the end, of course, if a goal is disallowed, it's not nice. But I think we kept going, and we get it in the second half.
Talk to me about the mentality of this team, because obviously you won the Premier League last season in incredible form. You know, you ran away with it so early on in the campaign, and then to be where you are now with so much noise all around you. How are you in particular and the rest of your teammates handling that pressure and all that criticism?
I think we deal with it very well. Myself, if I speak about myself, I don't really look to the outside and the noise of the outside. It's all about the team and the mentality of the team. We showed it last season, and I think we still have that, and we have to show it again. Like today, we did a very good job. We fight for each other, and that's all about. And I think we have to move from that.
Yeah, of course. And just finally, though, you speak about the mentality. Obviously, Mo Salah was so key to last season. Is there a feeling in the dressing room that you'd want him to still be there? Because he, of course, spoke about this uncertainty, and it seems very unclear what his future is with the club.
I know. I don't know what will happen, but obviously, myself, I have a really good relationship with Mo, so I hope I can continue with him, because he's a really good player, and you saw it last season as well.
Manuel, commiserations. How do you reflect on the game today?
No, it's tough, because in the end we come away with 0 points, because I think we were the better team, we had the better chances, and in the end you can't concede a penalty like this. It's tough to lose a game like this.
There were two key decisions, one in the first half, Liverpool's goal being ruled out, and then, of course, that penalty. For some, it was soft. Did you see it? What was the feeling amongst the team?
I mean, the goal that didn't count for them, I only saw it live when I was there, and in my hand it touched clear Ekitike's hand. And for that, I think the goal shouldn't have counted, but I didn't see it back.
Yep.
So, and then, also the penalty situation. I mean, he pulls his shirt, but it's a soft pull. And obviously, if you watch everything in slow motion, everything looks far worse than it actually is. The player runs away from the goal, and he pulls his shirt a bit, and it's one of the softest penalties I've ever seen. But in the end, we also have to be honest, and we can't get in the position and, to give the referee even the opportunity to whistle a penalty there. But, to me, it's never a pen. But we also have to be honest with ourselves and don't come in the position to give the referee even the opportunity to give a penalty like this.
You came into this game off the back of good form, 3 games in a row across all competitions, winning. But is it the level of the competitor that's made it difficult? What is it? Because you have struggled against the bigger sides, even in the league this season as well.
Do you think we struggled today?
No, but I just wonder from your perspective.
I feel like the last 2 Champions League games, we both lost in the last minute game, and I didn't feel like at all that we struggle in both of these games.
Yeah.
Football is like this. Sometimes you win it last minute, sometimes you lose it last minute, but I didn't think we struggled with the opponents. I think today we were the better team. Against Atletico, I think it was an even game, but even throughout the game, we had the better chances. So we could have been here today with 18 points, but the fact is we're here today with 12. And we got to do some small improvements, maybe do some better decisions towards the end of the game, and then we can come away in one of these games with a point. And now I think we need 4 more points out of the last 2 games to come in the top 8. But we'll see what happens.
It's definitely doable. In terms of the opposition, there was so much controversy surrounding them and their key player, Mohamed Salah. Was there much talk about that in the dressing room going into this game?
No, I mean, obviously Salah is an unbelievable player, and he's been shown it overall over so many seasons for Liverpool. But even the players that play for him today, they're top-class players. So in the end, if he's on the pitch or if somebody else on the pitch, you have to have the same focus. And I think they showed it as well today. But I think we did a really good job as a team. And in the end, we have to focus on ourselves as much as possible.
Dominik, it's good to see smiles tonight. You were able to put aside all the problem of the last days. And you play a very good game, and you deserve the win tonight.
That's our job, to perform on the pitch and don't think what is going on outside of the pitch. And that's what we did today, and we take the 3 points.
I repeat, how do you make to put aside all the events, more, and the results?
Because that's our job. It's not always up, it's also sometimes down. That's like a roller coaster. Also, sometimes you lose a game, sometimes you win a game. And today we managed to win it with the penalty, and a clean sheet. So that's the most important.
Usually we said we recognize the big player, the boss in crisis situation. And tonight, but also in the last days, you seem the boss of the team tonight and this season.
It's a tricky word because the boss is the coach. The boss is the coach. I try to do my best on the pitch and out of the pitch, try to help as much as I can. Also the new players, also maybe the players who are longer here. But that's our job to help each other, to be bigger as a team, work hard, and at the end you're gonna get the result like that.